You're not going to believe what legacy media is saying about the security of our borders. Democrats are avoiding any questions about the violence that they influence against our ICE agents. In line with that, I have footage that will shake you to your very core. We're going to cover that in a bit. Real quick though, if you want updates like this on the daily, make sure to subscribe and become a civic patriot today.
You will hit the border with Mexico, where there is little question that Trump is fulfilling a campaign promise.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted.
In a matter of months, migrant crossings have hit record lows. Apprehensions at the southern border dropped to 6,072 in the month of June, a massive reduction from the 83,532 apprehensions recorded in June of last year. Acting Patrol Chief Jeffrey Stallnacher tells us the San Diego sector has seen a significant drop in illegal entries.
And what that has done, it's allowed us to get our agents back on the border to do their traditional work. In addition to that, we have maximized consequences.
Yes, that was ABC News admitting that the Trump administration has been successful in securing our borders. But it's not all good news. Even with the thousands of criminals deported, many are still here, most of them in sanctuary cities. And with Democrats pushing for violence against our federal agents, news like this one will be much more common than we'd like. I do have to warn you, this is extremely unsettling.
The off-duty federal agent shot in the face late Saturday night. This was in the Fort Washington park, in northern Manhattan. Now, shot during an apparent attempted robbery. The agent survived and managed to actually fire his own gun at the two attackers. One of them was shot. Two men now facing federal charges in this shooting, and the Trump administration asking why the shooters, who have a history of violent crimes, were not turned over to federal ICE agents.
And what do Democrats want again? Well, they want agents to unmask themselves so that they can be doxxed, arguing that removing these masks would be safer for everyone, even though, as we can see, they're not dealing with the friendliest bunch of people. Here's what Hakeem Jeffries had to say about this violent crime against one of our own.
The Republicans made a big deal about how the Biden administration handled the border last year. That was a major issue in the election. But then we have this officer from the CBP who was shot in Manhattan last night, and Republicans are saying, see, this is part of the policy. People got in the country illegally. They shouldn't be here. What's your response to that when something that tragic happens in your home city?
It's my hope that the victims of this criminal act are able to fully and completely recover, and those responsible for the criminal act should be held accountable and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. At the end of the day, we have to make sure in this country that we secure the border, fix our broken immigration system in a bipartisan and comprehensive way, while at the same time standing up for dreamers, farm workers, and law-abiding immigrant families. There are a lot of people throughout this country who now disapprove of the Trump administration's approach to immigration, who were promised that the Trump administration was going to focus on deporting violent felons as opposed to targeting children and law-abiding immigrant families. The Trump administration should spend the billions of dollars in taxpayer resources that it has to make this country as safe as possible by focusing on deporting violent felons.
We have to realize something here. Trump wasn't in the White House for the last 4 years. That would be Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Harris being the border czar who didn't visit the border until it was a political stunt. They let in millions of illegal immigrants into the country. And we can understand people who are seeking asylum, but there's a difference here. They let in criminals and terrorists who have literally killed US citizens on American soil, which destroys any argument that Jeffries may have. But if you ask Hunter Biden, he's willing to do the unthinkable. He's ready to run for president and invade El Salvador. Here's Fox News covering his epic rant.
The former first son, Hunter Biden, is weighing in on immigration in an interview with a YouTube channel called Channel 5. He said, quote, all these Democrats say you have to talk about and realize that people are really upset about illegal immigrations. F you. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned? How do you think you have food on your effing table? Who do you think washes your dishes? I would pick up the phone and call the effing president of El Salvador and say, you either effing send them back or I'm going to effing invade. It's an effing crime what they're doing. He's an effing dictator thug. Your reaction to that?
That's just idiotic. It's dumb. To make comments like that is crazy because under the last administration, those are the problems we have right now.
Would you vote for Hunter as president, and do you support him invading another country to bring back criminals into our communities? Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you got any value from this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you for your time. Talk to you in the next one.